not be called in just yet, because so to allow Dan to watch the rest of the racing this afternoon. Alex Walker in the number 25 kart starts from 9th on the grid, alongside another Alexander Bardas in the number 35 kart. Alexander racing under an Italian license, but he's from Poland, but lives at the moment in Viva Lecce. He starts the number 35 kart from 10th. The Dutchman, Delano Vanterhoft, he starts the number 17 CRG kart from 11th on the grid, alongside Hugo Belder in the number 31 kart. Rasmus Janssen, well, Casper Janssen, his younger brother, just did very well in the Mini X30 race. What can Rasmus do from 14th on the grid? And Frenchman Axel Noss in kart 21 starts 14th. 15th is Daniel Traeger in kart number 24. And 16th is Enzo Giuli in kart number 19. Sadly, however, the number 34 Birol kart of Francesco Moreno Garcia is missing. And that was for a technical issue in the pre-finals. So unfortunately, we are down to 16 runners in this race. There is the very, very smartly liveried Teo Martin Junior Team kart, and Ruben Moya. He may only be 13 years old, but he is very experienced at this level. He raced, like I said, in the Euro Series as a junior last year. Finished 4th in Zuera, and he's just got that advantage. He's a little bit taller than most of his rivals, and that means that he's just maybe a little bit more muscular. Because these are still just drivers that are 12, 13, 14 years old. They're still developing. They'll go through growth spurts and during the course of the season. So the amount of lead on their chassis will change as they kind of change themselves. But Moya Lopez with that very distinctive bolt upright driving style. Moolsdale alongside. You can see Moolsdale not quite as tall, but is a little bit more hunched over in the kart. And as they now move on to the back straight into 2 rows of 8. Moya just signaling to Moolsdale saying, slow down, calm down, and Angus Moolsdale saying, I'm quite well aware how to start a kart race. Thank you very much, sir. You do your thing and I'll do mine. Here we go into the tram lines. We are off and racing. It's a good start from Moya Lopez. It's a poor start from Moolsdale, who slips back to 5th or 6th position as Mari Boya grabs second, and that is Fontecha into 3rd place, the number 15 kart, and they're tripping over each other going through the turn 3 chicane. Rasmus Janssen gets turned around, and I think Enzo Giuli was involved in that as well, but it is Moya, and there is the number 30 kart of Janssen getting going again, but it is Moya Lopez who leads from Mari Boya, Ayrton Fontecha, and look at Josh Ratican. First junior race or not, Ratican showing no fear, splitting the 2 Spaniards, going into 3rd place for the Coles Racing team, and Ratican's actually got a lot of momentum. Can he make the move into 2nd at the end of this straight? Matty Boyer looking over his shoulder. The rest of the field is already quite spread out, but it's Ruben Moya Lopez who leads at the end of lap number 1. Isidro Callejas has dropped back a little bit, so the fastest driver from the heats yesterday is struggling today. He's down in 9th place behind Matias Agazeta, the Peruvian driver, but there's Moya Lopez, Matty Boyer, and already you can see Moya Lopez. Well, we're on lap 2 out of 12, and Lopez taking a defensive line into turn number 3. This is obviously the tactic that Lopez wants. He wants to back everybody up. He wants all 16 drivers to be tripping over one another bumping and barging into each other behind him, but Matty Boyer's not going to give him the chance. Boyer, he was up the inside there, and watch Josh Ratican now try and cut underneath the number 18 cart. Has he got the switchback? Yes, he has. Well, Josh Ratican, and of course, Ratican will be a complete newcomer to Moya Lopez. Moya Lopez, he'll know Matty Boyer. He'll know Angus Moulsdale from last season. He will never have heard of Josh Ratican because Ratican was racing in cadets up until the end of last year. And so he won't know how to handle him, really. He'll kind of have a bit more knowledge of the other drivers and what style they are, whether they're too aggressive or whether they'll work with him. But Ratican, well, he is the wild card here. And Josh Ratican into P number 2. Well, he doesn't, at the risk of not wanting to insult him, but he doesn't know any better. He's just going to put his foot down and go for it. This is all bonus for him. He's only stepped in this kart a couple of weeks ago. Let's have a look. Will he look to the inside coming into turn number 9? No, not this time. And, of course, Ratican now leaves the door open and Boyer fights back. There is the only other issue with the inexperience at this level is that Boyer, he made sure that he saw half a gap and made sure that he filled it. Behind him, Alex Walker in kart number 25 was in the 4th place, and then there was someone going off. That was Walker getting pushed wide from behind, and that little schmozzle has allowed the top 3 to break clear because Walker, I think, was tapped from behind and he ran wide. Moulsdale was involved in that, so was Zagata, so was Victor Pardo, and there's a change to the lead. Matty Boyer moves into top spot, quickly turns around, gives Moya Lopez a little signal saying, come on, get on with it. And Ratican there in 3rd, they can probably tell that they've got a gap because look, there's 20 kart lengths between them and the 4th place driver, which is Angus Moulsdale. Then it's Alex Walker 5th, and then it's Zagazeta in 6th position. I think it may have been Victor Pardo who tripped over Alex Walker and missed the chicane. Victor Pardo has crossed the line down in 7th place, although Pardo now back on the move. Ayrton Fontecha has lost a lot of ground, so Fontecha in the number 15 kart now finds himself back outside the top 10, but it is Ratican now into P2. Josh Ratican takes 2nd place, and Ruben Moya Lopez has to fight back straight away. He dives back up the inside of Ratican as we start lap 5 out of 12. This is not where Moya wanted to be. Ruben Moya Lopez enjoys being up at the front and dictating things behind him. He doesn't like it when he's brought into a bun fight like this, and it is a bun fight, and it will be for the next 7 laps at least, because Matty Boyer is trying to scuttle clear, and Boyer was very, very quick in qualifying, hasn't had a clean run through any race particularly yet, now finds himself for the first time all weekend with nothing but empty tarmac in front of him. What can he do now that he's not in a battle? Can Matty Boyer in the number 18 Kids to Win kart pull away? Ratican right on the rear bumper of Moya Lopez, and Moya Lopez now closing back in on Boyer. Moulsdale is in 4th place, Pardo is 5th, no, that's Walker in 5th rather. Walker in the number 25 car in 5th position, pushing his countryman on. Then it's Pardo, Zagazeta, Hugo Belder, and then Alex Bardas. Fontecha's down in 10th. Then the number 17 kart of Delano Vanterhoff, that's 12th. Isidro Callejas, Isidro has dropped down to 11th place. It's not Isidro's day. Then it's Enzo Juli, Axel Noss, Daniel Traeger, and Rasmus Janssen. But the top 3 go through turn number 9 and turn number 10. Boyer, 5 kart lengths clear of Ruben Moya Lopez, who is just no kart lengths clear of Josh Ratican. Then there's a gap of over a second back to Moulsdale and Walker, but they're working together to try and close the gap. We're still not even quite at half distance. Moya has a good run through turn number 13. He's going to get in the slipstream of Matty Boyer as they cross the line, but he's not going to be close enough to make a move going into turn number 1. And Ruben Moya Lopez still has to try in as there's a move from Zagazeta on Pardo. That is for 6th position. So the Peruvian driver now moves up into P6 at the expense of Victor Pardo. Boyer, the race leader. That's significant. Fastest lap with no one to slipstream round with. Matty Boyer going through the picture now, being chased by Moya Lopez and Ratican is still quicker than his pursuers, even though he is the one that is breaking the airflow at the front of the field. He's not gaining anything in the slipstream, which is what Moya and certainly what Ratigan is gaining, because Ratigan is only 2 kart lengths back. And now Ratigan closes in down that long back straight. He's within a kart length. Is he close enough to have a little peek up the inside coming into turn 13? Not this time, but he's got a good bit of momentum. There's Morsdale and Walker, and Morsdale checks over his shoulder, puts his head down. I think he knows that Walker's not going to make a move, so they carry on because they're trying to work as one. Zagazzetta, Pardo, Belda and Bardas are next in line, and they're all quite close together. But look at that, another fastest lap for Mari Boyer, 57.997 for the Spaniard in kart number 18. Walker passes Morsdale. That's the 4th place position changing. Moolsdale now and his teammate Zagazzetta 5th and 6th. Will Moolsdale fight straight back? This wasn't in the plan for Angus Moolsdale. But up at the front, Ruben Moya Lopez is closing in a little bit on Mari Boyer. Through the middle sector, Moya Lopez in 2nd place. Kart number 23 was quicker than anybody else has been at any point of this race so far. We're on lap 8 out of 12. Moya and Ratigan have now got no time to waste. They've got to get up to the leader quickly. 2, 4, 5, 6 karts chase them in 4th place on back. Walker, Morsdale, Zagazzetta, then Pardo, and then it's Belda and Bardas at the back of that group. But here are your 3 leaders through turn number 3 now. Boyer leads by 5 kart lengths from Moya and Josh Ratigan. Ratigan, the least experienced driver in the field. This is his first junior X30 race. And he's on the podium at the Winter Cup as things stand. On lap 9 out of 12. There's Hector Belda in kart number 31, and Zagazzetta makes a move on Pardo. So Zagazzetta moves back into 6th position. Pardo back to 7th. Belda is 8th. Bardas in the number 35 kart, the back of that group with the green flecks on the outside of his bumper. He is 9th. Then a gap back to Callejas and Fontecchia. Not going to be a happy afternoon for the 32 of Callejas or the 15 of Fontecchia. It promised so much. And Boyer continues to stretch his advantage. Even if it's only by a kart length or 2, it's critical. And slowly but surely, Ruben Moya Lopez is dropping Josh Ratigan in the number 27. So Ratigan using that number 27, the number that's made so famous in motor racing circles by the late great Gilles Villeneuve. He is having to work extra hard. This is where you think, oh, it's a 12-lap race. He's done a couple of heat races, but those heats were only 7 laps. And with the extra power and horsepower, Ratigan could be beginning to struggle ever so slightly in this, his very first X30 junior race. There goes Belda past Pardo. Bardas now moves up in the number 35 kart to challenge the number 20 of Pardo. Hector Hugo Belda in that number 31 kart is now into 7th place, and the battle for 4th is still led by Alex Walker. Then it's Moolsdale. I think it's Belda now ahead of Zagazzetta. There's the number 17 of Delano. Vanterhoff's going through the screen. Vanterhoff, the Dutchman, is in 14th position. But here is your leader on lap number 11, Mari Boyer. But he's been closed in by Ruben Moya Lopez. And Josh Ratigan sets a new fastest lap. Well, there's me saying that Ratigan looked a bit tired, and he bangs in a 57.803. He's not done yet in that number 27 kart. There's Walker and Moolsdale going through turn number 7 now, followed by the Peruvian driver Zagazzetta into turn 9 for the leaders. Boyer has been untroubled so far. He hasn't had to defend. He's going to have to start defending pretty soon, however, because Ruben Moya Lopez is within 5 kart lengths, and now you see Mari Boyer checking over his shoulder just to see where his nearest rivals are. Walker and Moolsdale go through, but Ruben Lopez looks like he's got a very good run. Boyer over his shoulder again. Is the door open? Moyer has a little peek, but Mari Boyer closed the door. Mari Boyer knows that at the start of the last lap, it's game on. It's game on, and Ruben Moya Lopez takes the lead at turn number 3. He sprung a bit of a surprise on Mari Boyer there. Now, can Josh Ratigan do something? Mari Boyer's got to try and fight back. Ruben Lopez will now try and back up Mari Boyer going into turn number 9. He'll defend to the inside. He'll then try and force Boyer to defend from Ratigan, which will allow him to escape. Now, who's going to get the crossover? Can Ratigan get the crossover on Boyer? Can Boyer get the crossover on Lopez? They're side by side. Boyer to the inside. Matty Boyer retakes the lead through turn 10. Onto the back straight they go. It's Boyer, Lopez and Ratigan. One corner. Boyer goes in deep. Will Ruben Moya Lopez get the crossover? Here comes Ratigan on the outside. Matty Boyer does it. He bounces up and down. Fist pumps the air. He has beaten Ruben Moya Lopez on the last lap, and he is the provisional junior X30 Winter Cup champion. Ruben Moya Lopez has to make do for second place, and oh, Matty Boyer, he knows he earned that. He thought he may have lost it half a lap from home, and then he got the crossover. Alexander Bardas stops to give his compatriot congratulatory shake of the hands. But look at the driver in third. What a result for young Josh Ratigan. Less than 0.2 of a second separating your three podium finishers, and somewhere out of our viewing, Mateus Zagazeta from Peru finishes in a fantastic fourth place. Oh, the Spanish marshal setting off a few firecrackers just because they can, and the smoke rises in the back of the circuit. Well, there's going to be steam coming out of this young driver's crash helmet when he takes it off. Matty Boyer, oh, there's a happy young man. He almost